I want to talk, our next guest, not related to this, well, she is related to this subject. She's a consumer and she's a retail expert. She is Kate Hardcastle. After the break, we're going to talk about the high street, which is a particular hobby horse of Sarah's on this one. Kate, you know, as a business person, do you have a view, do you have an opinion of what way this is all going?
Well, I have a view in that I speak to my clients who have actually currently got two sets of accounts at the moment, one for one way, one for the other, and they're weary. I think that's the best word I've heard in this discussion so far. Actually, people want to get on with the job, people want to get on with business, and actually that might be the thing that pushes this through. Just the absolute not knowing is costing this country money.
Christmas is coming. Yeah. I don't care. Just sign the deal.
Let's
just
get on with
vote it through.
You know that a Brexit's for life, not for Christmas.
Yeah,
though,
absolutely.
Good point, Kate. Good point. So, folks, are you worn down on this? Do you care anymore? Do you just want to get on with your life and do what you do? Or do you still want to have a Custer's last stand on this? You know, plant the flag in the ground, put the wagons in a circle. What way do you think would Britain do better outside the EU? 0344 499 1000. Now, from an industry point of view, Kate, do you have that bravado? Do you have that gusto? Do you have that entrepreneurialism that you think, come on, we can take on the world, we can trade with the rest of the world, it's bigger than Europe?
I'm getting there. We can do this. I trade internationally. I have to. When everyone decided they were going to freeze their budget, I had to go find work in Australia. So if I can do it, of course, the rest of the innovative entrepreneurs can.
Okay. Thank you very much. Kate Hardcastle coming up shortly. Ross will say goodbye to you.
Thanks,
Keep
Ross.
us posted, mate, as you say, going on for the next 3 hours. I think we'll have you in again before the end of the programme. We're on till 7. Thank you very much indeed.
Driving Home with Eamonn Holmes
on Talk Radio.
Call Eamonn now on 0344 499 1000. Calls charged at provider's national rate.
Look, 2018's been a difficult year for retailers. You hear that story on many shows, including this one, over and over again. You've heard the John Lewis problems, M&S having a bit of a rocky year as well. House of Fraser, Pound World, all that sort of thing. Maplin, Toys R Us, you lost those as well. So, what about as Christmas approaches? Where are we at with the high street? Is it just perpetual decline? Is it a what would you say, a lost cause, a disaster? That's what you would say. That's what you would say. Joining us, Kate Hardcastle, consumer and retail expert on all of this. Look, Sarah's not impressed with the high street. She's not. I went out for a couple of days shopping there, Saturday, Sunday. I understand the problems, but I'll say this, which is easy at the minute. The town I went into, empty. Absolutely empty. So all the things you're going to say to me, service isn't as good,
parking,
whatever. Everywhere I went, can I wrap that for you, sir? Would you like us to wrap that? Would you like us to do this? The parking was easy because people aren't going. They're online. They're having that Black Friday weekend, Cyber Monday type thing going on. So actually, Kate, I find it was okay.
Well, that's good for you. Yeah. That's not everyone's experience, unfortunately. Yeah. I think the challenge is that we hear the same headlines, and you've talked about this all of the time, and businesses are very quick to blame the rent and the rates, which are very problematic. It's more expensive to run a traditional retail business compared to an online business, but that doesn't mean it's cheap to run an online business with your returns, which can be really high in fashion, up to 50%, operation, storage.
That's an abuse. That thing, basically, they've got to take that one on the chin, don't they? Because people know I can order what the heck I want and I can send it all back. And someone said to me that often returns aren't resold.
That's right.
They just don't even bother trying to resell them. They're either dumped or given off to charity or discounted.
And if they're small electrical goods, you can't just quickly resell them. You've got to check them over. You've got to test them. You've got to make sure they're suitable for it. So
but there's still enough profit.
There's still enough profit, but a lot of younger internet businesses aren't at that profit level yet. They're still in investment phase. Okay. They're building websites. They're creating social media adverts. So you can do the compare one against the other and say it's cheaper to run my online business than it is your traditional retail business. But you've got to dig under that, and there's so much else going on. Service, you're absolutely right.
Honestly, that's for me. That's what puts me off. I want to go to the high street. I want to spend my money. And as soon as I'm there, I ask for help. I'm not kidding you, they're not there. They're just not there, and that's the most frustrating thing. And that's why I just think I can't be bothered. I haven't got time to queue up. I need somebody to be proactive. You see them behind the till. I know it's a stereotype. They're talking to somebody else on the phone, not looking at if somebody's free, not jumping in. And that's what frustrates me.
It is frustrating. And we've lost so many jobs on the high street, which we shouldn't have, because those big names that you've mentioned that have really struggled haven't sat there and gone, actually, do you know what? It is expensive to hire people, but they add service to the mix. And that's our point of difference to online, they've just said, like, cut the cost. So they've taken the people out of the equation. So the people that you're seeing, let's stick up for a minute and say, actually, they're probably doing 4 jobs instead of 1.
Yeah.
They're probably trying to do stock checks, and they're under lots of pressure to make sure that items are out on display and dealing with internet orders. But they should be so customer focused.
Yes.
If you're going to have a bricks and mortar offer, it should be special, immaculate, service oriented, and the product should be in stock. How many times do I go in there and people say there aren't even the products I went in for?
Well,
not the very frustrating.
Again, my experience is totally different than you guys. I am inundated with people trying to help me, but then of course I'm famous.
Yeah,
and
you're a
celebrity.
See, that's probably the
You're the Eamonn Holmes.
And they think I've got money.
Well, exactly. They just come rushing. You got 6 people when you should just have, like, 1.
But the problem with the high street isn't just down to the retailers. The actual towns and city centres, the planning, the fact we make parking difficult, that you can't find toilets. It's all just a mess.
It is. Absolutely. I look at the local authorities. You don't look past them. I basically say, you could make this easy. You could have parking facilitators instead of parking wardens and this thing. You could make it come into our town. We'll find you a parking space. We'll help you. We'll have little scouts, people bringing your bags from the shop to the car. And there's loads of things, I think, with imagination you could really capture people. But you basically agree with Sarah, this is a terminal case?
No, there are green shoots. We're seeing good signs from independent retailers that have made breakthrough, that people want more experiences, more niche, more knowledge, more expertise, but you don't make a lot of cash at that business. That's a lifestyle business. You've got to make it accessible. Here's a crazy idea. 9 till 5:30, does that actually work as a shop hour? Who has gone into a coffee shop that closes at 5:30, but at 4:45 all the chairs are on the table and they've put the blue roll around the coffee machine? No hot drinks here. It's so many more little issues that upset people, and people say, I've got a finite amount of money, I'm going to spend it where I get the best deal.
Amount of time. Yeah, I get all that. Totally get that. But yet, why am I then seeing a plethora of barber shops opening up, nail bars opening up, tanning salons?
What were you going to say? You don't want to know, please.
No, but there are places which are growing
because the high street is becoming a service street.
Right.
Because the customers have been fed up with the lack of customer service.
They
go online to do their shop, but they use the high street in a different way.
Let me put this: Christmas must count for something. What I got on Saturday and Sunday was a feel-good factor that I actually felt. It's Christmas. I'm beginning to feel like Christmas. I'm beginning to feel, that it's seasonal. And there was an atmosphere, and I did quite enjoy it.
And the lights were on?
The atmosphere, the lights were on. And what I would say, though, is very disappointed about Christmas lights.
Really?
I have gone out, I've looked everywhere for, coloured lights.
Oh.
And all I get is horrible fibre optics, not really very good. And those creamy, yellowy lights that everybody seems to want.
Yeah.
I just don't get what I want. They're
what
not,
are you looking
I'm
for?
looking for blue and orange and green and red and orange and lemon and lime.
I can sing a rainbow.
I'm looking
why
for
are you looking for so many different colours?
Years and years. Ever since I've known Ruth.
She's gentrified the tree.
She has... No, it's beige.
Is it white?
Beige. It's cream. Everything's green tree with yellow light. Well, I don't know what you would call them. Like lights that aren't white.
She's just made it very white Christmas.
I want to bring Santa back to our house.
Yeah. Well, you've got a red post box to hang on tonight, haven't you, on your tree?
She'll let me hang that?
She's going to smash it over your head.
Do you seriously think? No, seriously, you can see.
I wouldn't even show her that box. I would tuck it in and put it on your own tree.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I know Ruth. That does not go with her colour scheme. Red.
You want all the traditional 1970s coloured lights, right?
You have to buy them
you
buy them online. And it's called not on the high street.
I was going to say, there marks the high street problem,
there
doesn't
you
it?
go.
You can't find what you can force you
go online. I tell you buy it online, one click. Just put in coloured lights, the shop comes up, you buy it.
But what I liked, Kate, was when I went in, even if it was W.H. Smith, I walked in and suddenly I saw board games everywhere. Yeah. And I suddenly remembered what it was like to play a board game. And I thought, we'll have that one, we'll try that one, or we'll do that. I think the touching, smelling, feeling experience is quite good.
70% of consumers still want to shop that way. They still want it there. They don't want it as big.
But they buy it online. They go and touch it and feel it and smell it, and then they go and buy it online.
Not with the social bit, no. When they're taking the dogs to be groomed, or they're going to have the medical centre in a town centre, then they will pick up things and they will be enthused to. People still buy on the spot. That is just psychologically how we're built. If you've got a bit of cash and something's in front of you and you want it, you'll buy it.
What do you think needs to happen on the high street?
We need what the Americans have. You know, those valet parking.
Yeah.
You just need to pull your car up in front of some shop and they say, sir, I'll take that for you. There's your ticket. And when you come back out, ask that man. And which they do at some of the big shopping malls, don't they?
Yeah, they do. In Westfield, they do that as well.
Communities need place. Places need identity. And they need to be focused the other way around. It's too much thinking inside out, and we need to start thinking outside in. We need to think about the customers, what they want, and build it round them. And it's got to be a place that's nice to be, because that's what we want. We're all about experience.
What do you want for Christmas?
Oh, thanks, Eamonn.
Do you know what you want for Christmas? Because I find it, I mean, simple things. I don't want tat this year. No. I really don't want. I don't want excess, and I don't want things overwrapped. And I just want one thing or two things that I just say, thanks, that was great. I hate the idea of people wasting their money on tat.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I want one nice, expensive
I don't
gift.
want novelty socks. I don't want a tie that lights up.
Yeah,
so you want a good, expensive gift.
Just
That's
one.
What I buy into
I want
that.
everybody to club together and buy me that one thing that I want. Yeah.
Do you know what it is in your head?
No.
I'm thinking knee pads, shin guards for dancing nice.
Good idea.
Absolutely.
Good idea.
Proud of shin pads.
Danielle, do you have an idea of what you would like for Christmas?
Yeah, I like
an engagement ring.
I won't say anymore. No, actually, experiences. My brother and I do this every time.
It was for Christmas we're asking you, not about your personal life, love.
No, we tend to buy each other gifts that we... So my brother wants a drum lesson.
Nice.
And last Christmas he bought me a... what do you call it when you jump out of a plane? Skydive.
Skydive?
Yeah.
Oh, you sound like a very posh family.
No, more that we just... Otherwise, it's kind of like you say, you get gifts that people think
this is the way it's going.
You. Exactly.
All the millennials want experiences and not stuff.
I think
an experience
is an experience is a good thing. What experience would you like?
I'm just thinking that experience up. But we've got Giselle Wainwright, Sun Savers, in 15 minutes' time. So we're going to be doing that. So we're going to do those money matters and things you can save in association with the Sun newspaper.
Eamonn, quickly, can I just say, text has come in. Eamonn and Sarah, loving your show. That's all, Beth.
Was that Beth?
From Beth.
God bless you, Beth. God bless you.
you.
Kate Hardcastle, thank you very much.
You.
And if we don't see you again, have a happy Christmas.
And Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much indeed.
Good luck with the skating.
Thank you.
News on the half hour. Let's go to Danielle for that.